there, Simon from simonwood.com. I have 6 wines in front of me, and some of them have got something in common. If there is a general theme, they've all got screw caps. So I don't need my corkscrew. We've got how many different countries? We've got a few different countries. We'll just sit in, see where we get to. First two, Slovenia, from the Pullus winery, and the first one is 2011 Lasky Riesling. Let's give it a whirl. Now, Lasky Riesling is the grape that is famous, infamous maybe, for being not proper Riesling. I mean, there's a Lutimer Riesling, it used to be called, or Riesling, there is probably some relation back in the ages past to proper Riesling, but in general it's been used for rather insipid, strange, weedy, off-dry wines. But there are a few places, Austria does it quite well, where it's known as Welsh Riesling, but here I stick my nose in here and I think this smells rather good. It smells of baked apples, apple crumble. There's a little bit of floral freshness there as well, but it smells like it's going to be reasonably full-bodied, fullish bodied, but with some freshness about it and with this nice appley fruit. Doesn't smell like any of that insipid floral muck, in other words. Well, I said I thought it was going to be full bodied. It's actually leaner and tighter than I expected. So it's got these broad, quite rich flavours, but it all seems to be reined in by I hesitate to use the mineral term, but it feels like there's something stony holding it all together, keeping it fresh, keeping it lively. I don't notice any sweetness there at all, apart from the sweetness of juicy ripe fruit. Really nice wine. Yeah, I'd love something like Dover Sole with that, because it's got that crispness about it. But it's got that quite it's funny, it's got that delicacy, rich flavour but delicate. Does that make sense? It does to me. Let's try another one from them. This is their 2011, again, Belly Pinot. Now, I'm not sure whether Belly's the place. Did the other one say Belly on? No, Lasky Riesling. I don't know whether Belly Pinot is, which Pinot it is, whether it's Pinot Gris or Pinot Blanc. If I find out, I will flash something up on screen for you. Anyway, let's give this one a whirl. It's got that richer, muskier character of Pinot. Makes me think it's more on the Pinot Gris side, and I think it's certainly Pinot Gris rather than the crisp Pinot Grigio style that they're looking for here. Feels like there's a bit of weighty peach, pear skin, but it's, again, smells good, fine. Well, it's weird in structure. It's very, very similar to the previous one. Rich flavours, but reined in by a similar sort of stony character, which makes me think it's probably more on the soil side. Maybe something to do with the winemaking, but no, it feels like there's a soil profile that's talking here. And so yes, you get that a little bit of citrus, but it's more on those the peachy pear flavours, but reined in by this citrus freshness and that stony character. Again, very nice wine. I like these two. Okay, next three, all Chenin Blanc. First one is from France, and it's La Grille, cool fermented Chenin Blanc, and vintage here. I can't see a vintage on here, but anyway, let's just give it a whirl. Well, I quite like that slightly bruised green apple and lemon character, but behind it there's this slight mustiness, not the cork mustiness, it's got a screw cap. I think that maybe there was a little rot in the grapes, I'm not sure. Some people talk about this thing, geosmin. I think there'll be some people who, the geosmin police will be out on this and thinking, oh, yeah, a little bit of it there. And it's strange, if the wine is big enough, it's in the background, but if it's on the lighter, delicate side like this, sometimes it tends to take over a bit. Let's see whether I can taste it. And it's quite nice, crisp, tangy apple and lemon and quince. And it's funny, I don't notice as much when I taste it as when I smell it. It's okay. It's okay. I don't like it as much as the first two, and that characteristic just puts me off ever so slightly. Next to South African Chenin Blancs, and so the first one is Liberty 2013 Chenin Blanc from Western Cape. Let's give this one a whirl. Well, we're already in 2014. This is I'm recording this on January the 17th, so this isn't a brand new wine anymore. It's had a few months to settle down in bottle, and it smells like it's settled down rather nicely. It's strange. It feels like it's going to be one of those that's got the halfway between Sauvignon and Chenin. What I mean by that is it feels like it's going to have some of the Chenin flavours, but the Sauvignon crispness. Some Chenins are on that rounder, fuller style. Here it feels like it's on that crisper, more citrusy Sauvignon style, but with Chenin flavours. Does that make sense? Anyway, let's try it. Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. It's got this touch of guava, touch of apple, and but then the structure is really crisp, and yeah, it's classic summer wine. I mean, this is perfect for a January in the north of England. But what impresses me about it is it feels like it's confident, lighter style wine. It's not trying to seduce you with residual sugar or anything like that. It's just happy being a lighter bodied but fuller flavoured style, and bully for them for making a wine like that. I think the guy who makes the next wine has got some sort of hand in that, but anyway, or the guy, maybe not who makes it, but he's the Charles Back of Fairview. So the next wine is Fairview 2013 Darling Chenin Blanc. I think he's got some hand in the previous one. Anyway, let's give the Fairview a whirl. Now this seems richer but more backward. It feels like there's a more of a core of body of flavour here, but today it's not maybe singing quite as loudly as the Liberty one is. It may be that it just needs a few more months to come out of its shell, or it maybe needs a bit more swirling. So I'll give it a bit more swirling before I taste it. And that swirling seemed to do the trick, and so it's strange, similar flavours to the previous one. Guava, a bit of the very ripe red apple, and some very ripe citrus fruit in there. But there's also I noticed texture. It feels like there's a nutty, leesy character in there, as if the wine's been had quite a bit of time on the lees, picking up a little bit of body and personality. And if it has had that extra time on the lees, then it would probably have been bottled later than the one before, which would explain why it was a little bit more backward. Still feels like it's got some opening up to do, but it's a step up. It's a different style of Chenin. I mean, I can see a place for both of those. The Liberty one is that crisp lunchtime wine. The Fairview one, a little bit more body, a little bit more muscle, and take on so maybe seafood with the first one, monkfish with the second one. I enjoy both of those. Final one, Viognier. Yes, again, as I said, they've got in common is screw caps. So this is from Chile, Casa Silva Reserva Cuvée Colchagua Viognier 2012. Oh, it's one of those screw caps that keeps going round and round. I might have to, oh dear me. This has happened on a video before. I had to go and get some pliers for it. Okay, do you know what? I'll be back. Well, I'm back, and I'll hold the bottle up to the camera. I can't get into it. I've blunted a knife. I haven't cut myself, that's the main thing. But it just keeps going round and round. Do you know what? I'm going to have to stop the video. I'll plonk it in another video. The only problem is a little bit of wine started leaking out of it. Hey, I might get it in another video. I might just post my notes on the end of here. But so Casa Silva, I don't know if that's a problem that you've come across before, but it means that this has been a tasting of 5 wines rather than 6. But hey, the pull